In today's summer session, we're going to look at the different ways you can collect images to improve your designs. Let's make this! Apart from collecting fonts, collecting images is one of my favorite parts of using Design Space. There are so many different ways that you can find images to use in your projects. And if you look hard enough, there is an image or a shape for everything that you want to do. So my first way is to go through the images menu on Design Space. Now, this is great, particularly if you are a paid subscriber, which I am not, because they have a lot of different options. And if you are a paid subscriber, then I don't think I would leave Design Space for my images. However, if you do not pay for your subscription, you're looking for the free ones. But regardless, it's so easy, it's so straightforward. You just click on the image and then you can do a whole heap of different things with it. So I've just chosen this one where we've got the champagne bottle and some stars and things like that. And you can see that because it is straight from Design Space, you can do a whole heap of different options. You can do a whole heap of different manipulations to that image. So if you click through it, you can have it as a print and cut. You can have it as a basic cut. You can have it as a perforation. You could have it as a whole heap of different things. And so you could have it as a pen and you can draw it. So the benefit of using images from Design Space is that they can be manipulated however you want them to be manipulated. The downside of that obviously is the cost. So that's one way that you can grab images. The rest of them are all outside of Design Space, and then we are going to do some importing. So the next one is Google Images, or if you're a Bing user, like for Microsoft, you could do a Bing search as well. But when you are doing your image searches through Google, there's a couple of things that you need to remember. So you're typing in a search. So if you want, say, something that's got a transparent background, you need to add that to your search. So if I wanted something I could cut out, I need to be looking for something with a white or a transparent background so we can delete it. For this one in particular, I'm just looking for an image, a picture. So I've just typed in New Year, and I really like this 2026 with the sparklers. I think that's fantastic. So if I just click on it, and then I right click when it appears on the right hand side, I right click on it and I say, open in new tab. Now, when I'm opening it in the new tab, I'm looking for a couple of things. The first thing I'm looking for is a watermark. Now, a watermark is an image that is over the top of a picture. So it is something that an artist or a company will add to an image so that you can't copy it, because it will just appear and it doesn't look very good. This one, you can see that there is no watermark. The other thing I'm looking for is the size of the image. Now, this one probably is a little bit small, which means I can't make it huge. If I wanted to make a really big project, I couldn't make it that big because it would go too fuzzy. You can, if you wanted to, you could go back and see if you can find another image that was a bit better in the quality, but for this one, I'm quite happy with this image. So then all I'm going to do is right click on it. You can't copy and paste into Design Space, which is a problem, but all I need to do is save. So I right click on the image, I go save image as, find the folder that I want to put it in, and then I hit save. Now I'm making sure that I am writing .png at the end. So I'm changing the save as name to Happy New Year .png. The reason I do that is because sometimes when you are downloading images from the internet, it changes. It has a .webp save file, which Design Space does not recognize. Design Space will recognize .png files and .jpg files. So if it's not one of those, you won't be able to upload it into the program. So you need to make sure it also has GIFs, SVGs, DXFs, HEIC, which is from your iPhone, and BMP files, but it does not accept the WEBP files. So I've saved that. Then I'm going to go back into Design Space. I click on Upload, and then you click on Upload Image, and then most of the time I just do a drag. So I open up the folder that I saved my image into, and then I just click on it and drag it over into my upload image area. I hit continue, apply and continue. Now I'm going to choose this as a flat graphic because this is something that I want to be able to, say, put on a sticker or print it out for a card. So it's a print then cut. Otherwise, it's just going to be a black square or a black rectangle. And then from there, you can do whatever kind of manipulation you want to. So you could, from last week's tutorial, we could add this into a square. So I've just gone over and selected the square shape. I've gone up to the top, changed it to a guide. And then I'm just going to select the star and the Happy New Year, click on slice, and delete the two slice results that then are not the square. Sorry, not the star. And then you can see that I've actually manipulated that image to suit our project. The yellow triangle on the right-hand side says it's a warning for the quality of the image. So that can be a bit of a issue if you are making it a big image. If you're using smaller ones, it's usually not that much of a problem. The next way I get my images is through Canva. Now, you can do this as a full paid Canva member, or you can have a free Canva account. I have relented and I now have a paid Canva account because I love Canva, and the paid pro features just outweigh the time it takes to try and find ones that are free. So, but you can always find some great stuff on Canva that are free. Now, I've gone over to Elements, and I've just typed in Happy New Year. And what I'm looking for is a graphic, or I'm looking for a graphic for this one. The reason I want a graphic is because I want to be able to get rid of the background. So as a Canva member, or as a pro member, I can click on transparent background and it will do that transparent background for me. However, because of this tutorial, I want to show you how you would do that if you were not a paid member, how you would then get rid of your background to do a cut in Design Space. So I've put one image down and it turns out I can't just download one image. So I'm going to look for a different one. So I've just chosen these stars and string kind of decal. And then I'm going to just choose something that looks a little bit nicer with the Happy New Year and it fits. So there you go. I've got Happy New Year and I've got my stars. You can manipulate here with color. So as you've selected one, you can click on see there's two different kinds of yellow. So I'm going to play around with that, and I've chosen the red. And then I can change the color also of the stars. Not all designs will allow you to change colors. More often than not, the graphics will probably let you change the colors, but you're just going to have to play around with it. That is one of the frustrations of Design Space. It's not always perfect. And if you wanted to, you could just make all of this black, because if you're doing a cut, the colors won't mean anything. But if you're going to use this as a print and cut, the coloring is important. So it's up to you how you decide to work with the coloring there. Then I just go into upload, and I'm going to upload that image. Now you can see that the background is solid. So all I need to do is then just click in each of the spots where there is a solid background. So we're really looking at all of the spots where the letters are. If I click on that preview single layer tool, I can delete yeah, I can see all of the spots where I haven't deleted things, and then I can go back and delete as I go and click between that previous single layer over and over again until I've got it perfect. For this one, I'm going to choose single layer. So I want to be able to, let's say, cut this and put it on a decal for like a vinyl decal or a HTV. And I just add it to one of my folders, give it a new name, and then you can see how useful that's going to be. If I wanted to change it now and I wanted to be a flat graphic, I'd have to go through that process again. So, which didn't take very long. You saw it in real time. It didn't take very long. But yeah, that can be used now as a decal. The next one that I wanted to show you is ChatGPT. Now, I know that people have got different thoughts on AI, but when it comes to doing really cute things, and if you are creative, but maybe you're not a artist as such, ChatGPT does make some pretty cute images. It's all about how much information you give it when you are asking it to create something. So I want to create a little sticker that is Juniper inspired. So if you've been following on this channel, Juniper is my black Labrador. And I want her to look like a pixel character, and I want her to be at New Year. So I've gone in to ChatGPT and I've written, please create a Pixar style image of a black Labrador who is celebrating New Year. They should be wearing a sparkly hat, wearing fun 2026 glasses, and holding a sparkler in one paw and a glass of champagne in the other. It takes a little bit of time. It depends on how many people are using ChatGPT at the time, I think, or whether they're trying to make you pay for their pro version. But that only took a couple of minutes. And then you can save that. So you just right click and save as image or save as. And then again, I'm just going to put it into the folder that I need, save it as a .png. And then I'm going to go to upload. Now, this time I'm just going to, you don't always have to drag a file in. If you click browse, all you need to do is find the file in the spot that you've saved it. So very easy if you are good at putting your files in the spots that they need to be. But if you are someone who just like saves randomly on a desktop, you're probably better off doing a drag. But mine, I just saved it in the folder for this tutorial, and I've just found it. I double clicked on it and now it's uploaded. And I'm uploading this one as a flat graphic. That would be very tricky to even try and delete any components. So it's really just an image that I might use in a sticker, in a card. It's more of a paper craft option than anything else. So now that we've gone through the different ways you can collect images, I thought it might be a really great time for you to go back and have a look at some of the tutorials where I go from the beginning of a project right through to the end. So my first one that I would really recommend is the vase that I made very early in my YouTubing. And I just love the vase because I've used Canva to create the design, but I've also done a lot of layering of that Canva design. So that's a really good one. And the other one was my pet stickers. Now they are so cute. They use AI technology to create images of Juniper and our friend's French Bulldog. So a really great 2 little projects for you to try, but all of the other ones also go through different ways you can use images in your design. I hope you've enjoyed today's summer session, and I can't wait to see you next week for our final summer session looking at how to make stickers. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget you can always jump on my Instagram, head over to my Etsy store, or even check out the videos YouTube recommends for you down below.